Hi, and welcome to Right Away After Party. I'm Nick,
And I'm Kath.
and this is episode 2 on outlining. And we were just about to discuss how I outline my books moving forward. So I never used to outline ever, like never, never, never. I would just kind of develop a character and just run with it. And that was fun. And it took a lot of like rewriting to get, where I wanted to go. This last book that I just wrote, it I just found that outlining really helped me. And
Mm.
I didn't outline the whole book. What I would do is I would just outline to like the middle, because the middle is like kind of where like things kind of go wonky sometimes. So I outlined the beginning, like how I knew I wanted it to start, and then I put like a huge twist in the middle that was going to be something really crazy. And I just kind of wrote that on the top of my outline, and I didn't even know what that was going to be because I wanted to let myself be more adventurous with that. But then I did outline towards the end, like how I wanted it to end, because I knew there was some threads that needed to be pulled and sewn up at the end. So I kind of wanted to make sure that I had like a little tiny roadmap, but it was very, very loose.
Hmm.
I left myself tons of room to like play with the outline, add scenes if I wanted to. Nothing was very structured with that outline, but it did help me. It added some flavor too, because on when I was making the outline, I was really heavy into the idea of the plot and I was really outside the character. And
Hmm.
so like outlining in that sense gave me so much more momentum, because when I'm in the character, when I'm in writing it, sometimes I forget the plot. Sometimes I forget like what it is that's driving the story. I know what's driving the character because I sit in the first person position. So that helps me a lot with character. But the plot itself and like where I want it to turn and the twists and how I want other characters to kind of come in, sometimes I can get lost. And so the outline did help me, and it helped me a lot. I got through that book, I think, like in 6 months, the fastest I've ever written an entire novel. So,
Fantastic.
and I don't feel like I need like a ton of revision on it, which is interesting. I mean, my beta readers will tell me different once they get through. But yeah, I just feel like it really went smoothly for me, like for the probably the first time in my whole life writing a book. So
Mm.
something I'm definitely going to adopt for the next book. Maybe even get a little bit deeper. Maybe even like, I don't know, try to outline my scenes, which I've never, ever, ever done that before.
So what, let me ask you then, how did you do it? Did you go part one, part two, or
Yeah. So I started like with the beginning, like what was going to be, where the inciting incident was going to come in and what that was going to look like. And then what the emotional turn was going to be and how the plot was going to, move with that. This was my serial killer book, Oakland Rivers. And so I was playing with that book for so long and it just never came together. And so I thought, I'm just going to outline it. I'm just going to outline it. I've never outlined before. Let me try it. Let me see where that takes me. And it took me it took me on a great journey. I was really excited because I got to play with Oakland as a character and not worry about where I was taking the book. So I had a roadmap, so I
Mm.
knew exactly what the next chapter was going to be, no matter how much I like, played with her and like figured out her personality and the quirks and everything. And I just kept throwing stuff at her. I'll be like, okay, well, today, guess what?
but let's go back to the outline. You had your beginning, your
Yes,
inciting event,
yes.
and then
And then, okay, so then I went through and I came out with how many chapters I wanted that the book. Well, I started with how many chapters I really wanted the book to be. And so I kind of just wrote how many chapters I
okay.
wanted it to be.
Did you pick a random number?
I picked what I felt was comfortable. So I usually write between maybe 3 to 5 pages a chapter. I try to keep my chapters short. And so I knew like I kind of wanted this book to be in the relevance of like maybe 65,000 to 70,000 words at most, because it is kind of a thriller. So,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be too long.
And timing is everything. And again,
Yeah.
we're out of time.
Oh, we're out of time
So
already.
come back for part three
Yes.
of outlining, but we'll dig deeper into Nicole's formats. See
Yes,
you
come
next
back.
time.